Hello. I have been getting a lot of questions lately about best practices for hiring, and as an entrepreneur who supports business owners on their journey to becoming the CEO of their company, I really wanted to dive into this a little bit deeper and share a little bit of information that I have from the research I've done and from my experience. If you don't know me, I'm Amanda Davila, and I grab onto the hands of business owners and help them along their journey to become the CEO of their company. So getting all of the tasks off their plate, delegating them to a team so they can truly become the CEO, be the visionary for their company. So I've been getting a lot of these questions about best practices for hiring, especially in the area of diversity and discrimination, and when it comes to hiring independent contractors versus employees. Traditionally, I think most of us, at least here in the US, we know that employers aren't allowed to discriminate against anyone based on age, sex, race, disability. I'm sure that I'm missing some. But when it comes to hiring independent contractors, that's not something that's as widely known. So I have been doing some deep digging to really see what the best practices are, and there's a big difference between best practices and what the law is. So first off, based on my research through the irs.gov website and a few other sites that I will link for you so you can check them out and do research, because I really want to share this information so every business owner can make their own informed decisions on how they want to move forward with hiring. But based on my research, if you're hiring an independent contractor, there aren't any laws regarding discrimination, disability, that kind of thing. So in light of recent events, depending on when you're watching this, in light of recent events, there's been a lot of questions about how, as white business owners, how we can hire a more diverse team. And legally, you don't have to. You don't have any rules saying, you can't discriminate against someone because of their race. But as a moral human and someone who loves Black people and loves people of all colors and wants to support them, I feel that it's important to talk about, even though it can be really uncomfortable. So if you're interested in learning more about the best practices, I am going to be running a little free mini series to continue to provide information on this. So make sure that you are signed up to my email list so you can get notified when I release new information. But at this point, I just want to make it clear, first of all, I'm not an attorney and not an accountant. I don't have, I don't know all of the laws. This is just my interpretation of the research I've done. And I have also had, meetings with my accountant and another bookkeeper that I know and work with as well. And I have a meeting coming up in a couple of weeks again. So if you have any questions or want any referrals to someone who can help you, let me know. And I'm going to link a couple, the two that I work with, in the text as well, so you can reach out to them. But anyways, I think the most important thing that I wanted to get across today is that even though there aren't laws to help protect independent contractors regarding different diverse situations, it's still best practice to include in your business documents what you are doing to make sure that you are trying to think how to say this. I guess more that you're not discriminating, and what you're doing actively to encourage a more diverse team. As many people are showing up right now in these times, we're showing up in very imperfect ways, and learning how to talk about these things is new. And as you can see, I'm stumbling across words trying to talk about it. So I appreciate you being here and listening, and forgiving my stumbles. But my intent really is to make sure that you as a business owner understand not only what the laws are, but what how you can be a business that actively supports diverse communities and diverse individuals, and also where to find contractors, especially in this online world where you might know one place to go, and maybe that group of that you're reaching out to is predominantly white. There might not be a lot of diversity there. So that is my next step in this process this week, is I am going to be out looking for more diverse places online to find contractors, so that I can update my little black book and have more resources for myself, for my clients, for the people in my courses that are learning all of this. So let me know in the comments where you are at with your hiring process. If you have a team, you have maybe a contractor or two, and if you have any diverse contractors on your team. And like I said, I'm going to put the links that I consulted today in the text, so you can have access to those. And I'll be adding a blog post shortly as well. But please leave any comments you have for me, any questions, and I will do my best to help support everyone who's in this uncharted territory of including a diversity plan in our business plans. I really believe it's important to have that documented and known by your team, and to always be working to improve, not only just for racial discrimination, but in all areas. I know so many of us became business owners because we had a reason, why we couldn't work a traditional job, or we didn't necessarily want to, or whether it's a medical condition, or a personal decision, or a family dynamic, children, costs of childcare, whatever it might be. We all have a reason for being here as online business owners, and it's a very unique thing, and something that still is new enough that there's not necessarily always a lot of education out there easily found. So I'm on a mission to make a big change in that area, and I would love to hear any questions you have, any thoughts, any experiences, and where you're at, so I can better assist you and give you the answers to your questions if I can, or at least point you in the right direction and to better support you. So please check out the links and drop any comments below, and I will see you again soon.